Well, as voted by you, my loyal community, surprisingly again, do you not even like the fat man? I guess we're doing Prowler again with my favorite certified curry lover, Sonic Associated.
I hate Koei. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man. Nobody likes curry anyway. But as voted by you, my loyal and um jaywalking obsessed community, we're talking about Prowler the Fennec. So, honestly, we yes, we as a collective, we don't really know what to do with him. So we're both. I'm gonna put up a graphic right here with my changes or my concept, and then Sonic Associated's concepts. So Sonic Associated, what passive would you give to Prowler?
A passive I would give him is like he'll scrap metal around the map, and if he finds all of them, he has a little inventory, and he could make like a weapon which could help other people out, or a whole EXE. But he can only do this one time per map, like one time per map. Like they won't respawn. You get one try, and that's it.
Oh, really? Can they break?
I EXE, if he hits you, they will fall out of your inventory, and he could take them and hide them across the map. So, just make so not to lose any of your pieces, I guess. Ha ha.
I keep it to where he. Well, actually, no. This is your changes. Okay. Any other passives you'd give him?
I'll also give him a little like I'll give him a little boosting because he has 9 tails. So I'll have him stand in place, rev up all 9 of his tails, and then he go super fast and like a little speed boost with his tails because of the ale, and it lasts like 5 seconds. Kind of like Eggman's little jetpack thing.
That seems more like an ability, but okay. How would that work? Would there be a wind up?
Had to drink water, but yeah, there would be.
Okay, how long? Like we talking peel out long? Are we talking destructive charge long? How long are we talking here?
Destructive Souls long.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, basically like yeah, you don't get iframes probably. Okay. Okay, those are some good passives. And honestly, I like the scrap metal idea a lot. So here's what I do. So, whenever you spawn into the map after a random amount of time on a random part of the map that's only highlighted to you through walls, is a piece of scrap metal. And if you collect it, it's permanently added to your inventory. It can't be knocked out, and it can upgrade your ability. Which also if we're going back to passives real quick, I'll give him something called tradesman tradesman tradesman's watch because he's more of a tradesman than Tails because he's got like his own workshop, metal maker. Like whenever you're near Prowler, your cooldowns are decreased by about 10%, so you get your moves back 10% faster than you usually would. Nothing crazy, but just like enough to help you out in a pinch. But his first ability I give him is his iconic at this point, unregistered, unlegalized firearm. But does Hog's World have the Second Amendment?
Yeah, of course they did. They went for the Hog Civil War back in the 17th century.
The Hog Civil War.
Yes, the Hog's ancestors went through a bloody civil war. Thousands of people died. They blew up the planet. They had to rebuild it again, and they made a Second Amendment.
What did they do?
Simple
Did
as
they
that.
who did they enslave? Echidna? I mean porcupines? Like what?
Oh no, they enslaved. They enslaved the Swedes. They enslaved the plants and Swedes.
How do you enslave a plant? Okay, okay.
We're
Tangent.
gonna unless you grow faster, I will rip you to pieces.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, but pass.
You can
Okay,
save any. you can enslave anything if you try hard enough.
Clip that.
No,
Okay.
no, please.
Okay, but anyway, ability. We're just gonna call it unlegalized firearm in that case.
I would
Basically,
have.
wait, no. You can get into your second ability in a second, but for his ability, it's basically a six-shot I mean, a gun. Basically, you have in your hand, and you can either mag dump for a 6-second stun, or slow or aim your shots well and stun EXE for 2 seconds a shot, 6 times before you need to reload for about 25 seconds. Also, bullets do bypass iframes because it's a bullet. You can't really just shrug that off. It's a piece of metal. Now that we got those out of the way, man, what would you do for his second ability?
I would, if I had to give him like ability, I would give him like what you said, a gun. But he has 6 shots,
Hmm.
and and if he hits Ixi with those 6 shots each time, then Ixi is done for 10 seconds,
10.
and
Okay. Hold up. Yeah, okay.
10 seconds, and then that gives him enough time to escape. Uh but some downsides can be of the gun that it takes like 1 minute to reload. So 1 minute. So you better run away quickly.
Okay, that
But
Okay, that actually
but
works with the more long-range stunner archetype. Like 10 seconds a shot, but only 6 shots. So, and the cooldown does not begin until you empty the mag. So, that actually works really well, actually. So, we might be cooking. But the effects of bullets do not stack, so you can't get a 40-second stun. And you have to be hyper precise with it. Because if it was too forgiving, bruh, oh, that would suck. Like he grazes you and then he just dies. Okay. What would you give him for LMS?
for LMS, I would buff him up a bit. I would have him like lock in extra hold for LMS. Like he locks in extra hold, like kind of like how Knuckles does. You know, like he's not holding back on EXC. He's stunning him, but when he stuns EXC, unless it's not gonna be like a quick. His gun won't be like a quick gunshot. It'll be like a sword shot. So when he hits EXC with those blasts, it will stun him even longer, pack an even bigger punch.
But in
I'll,
that case, you get one shot in the chamber since you're like something like that. Some maybe?
yeah.
Okay. So, what else would you give him?
For his solo theme, I would. What would you do for a solo theme? Let's do that together. What would you do for a solo theme?
Oh, I'll cover that in a second, but
You
his
go, you go, you go
okay.
then, you go then.
My second ability I'd give him is spin, where he unfolds his tails into nine, like kneels down a little, like, and then starts revving up for 4 seconds, and then he just dashes, but he's omnidirectional, so you can go. It's basically like giving himself a grab, like the mobility of EXE's grab, for about 5 seconds. He can pick people up with this, except for Eggman and Metal. So like, kind of like Peel Out, but more situational. What do you think? Like, you think
Yeah,
that's
that'd be good.
yeah. And for LMS, hmm, I'd turn the game into Doom for him. Here's what he gets. So I don't know, whatever the song is, it's more industrial, kind of like Eggman's. It's called Overtime or something like that. Closing closing shift or something like that. overtime or closing shift. Where you had to like be reduced to a walk whenever you used your gun, now you can fire the gun while moving. And what do I change about the actual bullets? You not only get 3 shots, but each shot stuns for 5 seconds. The reload time is about 15, and your little flight ability gets 7 seconds of flight this time. That's about it. I'd make his theme not feel like he's Tails begging, praying to God for his life. More like, have you played any Doom game at all?
Yeah, I have before.
Yeah,
Played one. It
uh,
was kind of fun, not gonna lie. But I haven't played it in like a year or two. I remember it though. It was fun.
yeah, like the Doom, like the you know that one?
Na 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 na
Yeah,
na 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 na
yeah,
na na
like
na na
yeah,
na na na.
yeah, like that. But like yeah, his theme is more like a Doom. Like you've transformed the level from survival to run and gun. Like, you know what? We're gonna run and gun. But
Also, something he should do is like be able to use his gun while running.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, like we transform, like you can kind of like Mega Man in a way. Mega Man or
Mm,
like Doom Guy, something like that. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah, just make him a
Mm.
yeah, just make. But he's still very immortal. Like his sprint speed does not get changed at all. He still has a standard damage resistance, and you can still beat him if you try. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's about it. So tune in next
Okay.
time when whether you like it or not, we're doing a
We're
Yoke
doing
Man.
hog.
No, we're finishing out the
Yeah.
main trio. Yoke Man is next up. Okay. Now, see you guys then.